good evening, good morning, good afternoon, as the case may be, all across the globe and beyond. In this plane of existence and all the others, you've tuned into Exposed Tube Collective AM, your premier spot for conspiracies, occult knowledge, the supernatural, and everything else that lurks in the shadows. So grab yourself a drink and settle in as we begin our journey to the dark side.
What's up, everybody? We back. Thursday occult topics with the Exposed to family, but it should say collective. Steady minds, we here. Let's do this. Let me change that real quick. Everybody's welcome into the conversation if they're willing. What's up, Nightmare? We send ours. So once again, man, for the Exposed to Collective, what's up, Ortho Pounder? Over here, we don't judge anybody for their religious affiliations, whatever it is. But over here on this channel, we can talk about it so long as everybody remains respective. Let me see. Send ours to everybody. Trying to get this little thing ready over here. What's up, Ramiro? Send ours. Trying to fix something up. So right now, if you guys haven't heard it, this is a new commercial.
Hey there, my name is Skyla, owner of Skyla's Woo Shop. As a certified witch, graduated top of my class at Hogwarts, go Slytherin, and with years of experience in all things Wicca, as the head witch in charge at the largest coven in Salem, I am here to help you. We offer everything from services like divination and hexing to essential magical tools like grimoires, wands, and magical crystals. We even have the latest in fashion, including a brand new lineup of dark hooded cloaks and everything else for your magical needs. Every purchase comes with your choice of an exclusive Skittles Hat Depot, witch or wizard hat, and an entry into our raffle to win a free Ouija board. We're also now offering astral projection classes, courtesy of the Monroe Institute. Do you want to smack a bitch but they're hiding? With our astral projection classes, you can catch their ass slipping in the astral plane and smack them up the head so hard they'll have a headache. 2 Tylenols can't even fix. But don't just take our word for it. Here's a word from one of our students.
Hey there, my name is Ghosty, and I took this class so I could astral projeculate, or whatever, into Fernando's room and smell his smelly used gym socks. All the homies at the lodge told me if I did this, they'll let me in as a Freemason.
Okay. Anyways, like I was saying... Oh shit. Who's this now?
It's tax time, you satanic bitch. On behalf of good standards everywhere, this establishment is now subject to the Satanic Panic Taxation Act. Ain't that right, Hemogoblin?
Always remember to keep it bloody.
Hell yeah. Homie's a little slow, but trust me, he's in good standing and with the business.
First of all, I ain't fucking satanic. You retarded fucks. Second of all, nunc porcus est.
Wait, what are you gonna do with that wand? Hey, wait, you can't do this to me. I'm in good standing.
Anyways, as I was saying, if you got any magical needs, then don't delay. Fly on over to Skyla's Woo Shop today. Skyla's Woo Shop. Don't make me pull my wand out, bitches.
That's right. Pangu, for those sounds you use, is there a time length limit you're capped by? Nah. That I know of? Hell nah. Shit, probably go on for 5-10 minutes. I use a Rodecaster Pro 2. The smart pads, they go on for a long time. So each one, it could go on for a minute, for a while. Ramito, everybody up in here, man, Sam Mines, Jay Slaughter. See, we had a little funny ass caller earlier on the other channel with his bullshit. We see they park, we send ours. I'm gonna open up the panel in a little bit. Magic 8 Ball are the haters, the weirdos, the bloody gato, they're gonna come harass us. Concentrate and ask again. Nah, I don't feel like asking again. Anyways, everybody, let me see. What did she say? I wouldn't make one for 5. Well, no, that's a long time, 5 or 10 minutes. But I saw the Wonka one. Got like, oh, it sounded like parts were chopped off. Shit, I'm gonna check it out again. Let me see. I'll check it out again, man, and then I'll go on. What's up with it, Frank?
Hey, what's up? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. How you doing, man?
Hey, it was cracking, man. Chilling. Yeah, it's interesting, bro. And I think that one of the things that I believe in is that you have to question even your core beliefs. You always have to question them because um, one thing that I agree with is that words have power and words can condition you, right? So if you have, for example, a core faith, but you're kind of weak in that faith. I see that with all these like bloody dudes, like the ones that are invading the chat right now. That guy that's cosplaying me,
Yeah.
right? Like all of these guys. Um, I think that they're conditioned, like they create that shock value that this guy Anton was talking about. Like that's exactly what conditions people. Is to feel outrage, to feel fear, and that fear conditions people into making stupid decisions. You see the way that people vote, people vote based on fear, right? People vote based on thinking that they're going to become extinct, or their way of life will become extinct, right? Because if they vote a certain way, it's going to give more power to the degenerates, things, things like that. So I think it is important, man, that we study, that we learn. When I talk about knowledge and dropping knowledge, is the fact that you have to know, man, because you could easily be led astray. That's what I think. You have to have a certain foundation, certain morality. Some people find it in religion. Some people, depending whatever religion it is, some people find it becoming law enforcement or whatever. Other people decide to start gangs. The list goes on and on. But we have to kind of form who we are and be that. But if we can learn different ways of doing things, that's good too. Hey, who else is gonna jump on, man?
Let me see right now. I dropped the link once again. Who else gonna jump on with us? Yeah, that's 100%, man. I agree with you wholeheartedly, man. Let me see, Jimmy. Easy told, do it for all those things you say you love. Oh, Weirdo Plex. Hey, man, shout out to Pengu, man. That was a funny one. We're gonna hit that commercial in a bit. Thus, the evolution of religion became pop culture. Yeah, that's true, Doc. Anyone else want to jump on? The link's up there. Got me and Frank Dicas on here.
Yeah, man. Hey, so what's up, man? So I'm not gonna like question you about certain things, but what do you think about these characters that accuse you and accuse the movement of being satanic? What are your thoughts on that?
I think it's comical, man, because this is what it is, right? All of them, they're playing an age-old game. They're trying to get together right now. They're trying to band together, and I believe they're trying to prey. They're being predators on people's cherished beliefs, and that's what they're trying to bring together. And I can say right now, man, the Exposed to family, the movement, ain't nobody here. We have never claimed any kind of religion. There's no religious affiliation, political, philosophical attached to Exposed to the movement. So, every time they come over here and they accuse us of being devil worshippers, and each individual here, like, you have your own personal beliefs, like every other person part of the Exposed to movement does. But they cannot attempt to take anyone's personal beliefs or what they claim and try to attach it and superimpose it upon the whole movement, what they have been doing. To me, it's comical. And they really seem kind of, off for doing that. So to me,
Yeah.
it's just a crock. It's just a crock. It's them trying to save. I don't know, man. They're trying to band together, and like some of them even say it. It's a spiritual war, spiritual warfare. So that's what they're using. What do you think?
Well, I think it's, just based, if we're going to go based on what they say they are, because they say they're Christian, right? So based on that, and just not even engaging at them with any other thought process. But if we were to talk about the biblical sense of spiritual warfare, the first rule is that our war is not against flesh and blood, but against spiritualities, against principalities, against, that's the war. So if we believe that our war is not with flesh and blood, but with spirits, they shouldn't be attacking or trolling. What they should be doing is praying. You know what I mean? Or they should come up with content, right? Create content, not attacking, but demonstrating the love that they supposedly have for God. Because if they did have that love, they would love you. They would love me. They would love the people in the chat. They wouldn't come onto the
Exactly.
chat. Right, they wouldn't come onto the chat calling women out their name. They wouldn't come onto the chat, like just being obsessive and attacking. So I think that they're trolls. I don't really think that they are Christian. I don't. I think they're trolls. And what I do think is, and this is just from my experience, bro, because when you go to work, like if you actually have a job, like not begging on TikTok, right? If you have a job and if you go out to school or you're studying whatever, you're learning something, you go to class, you go to work with people that you don't know. Like you're not asking them what do you believe unless you become like very close. And I'm sure that a lot of people have met people and are friends with people that are, you know, agnostic, that might even be into Wicca and stuff like that, but they talk about it and they paraphrase it in a way that they don't make it that clear so as to not
Yeah.
scare people away, but you're dealing with all kinds of people out there in the world, man, and you're not running an ID check on everybody. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you kind of have to take people for face value for what they're worth. So, one of the things that Johnny Villa says is, don't judge me by what I say, judge me by what I do, right? And I think that that's exactly how I judge these guys. Like they come in here with their hateful comments, the way that they attack, and to me, that's not love. That's not a loving spirit. That to me seems like a divisive, evil spirit. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
If
for real.
if we look at it from like the Christian standpoint, right? But just all in all, I think that we got people in the chat. We've got people that believe a certain way, see things a certain way, and it's respectable because, for example, Jay Slaughter, like, hey, Jay Slaughter, shout out to you, man. Like I see like the comments, I believe that for someone to be funny, you have to be intelligent, bro. Like you can't be funny without intelligence. And that's why you see these clowns on TikTok trying to be funny, but they're not funny because they're stupid. You know what I mean? The way that they joke around is crazy. So, it always comes out forced. It always seems like, they're trying too hard. And I think that that's what makes a difference is that none of us here is trying, bro. And that none of us is trying to
Yeah.
be like to outdo anyone. We're not trying to be the hardest. We're not trying to be the best, the smartest. We're just together. We're just, clicking. And what we are against is the depravity. We're against
That's
the
it.
depravity. What do you
Yeah,
think
that's no.
about that?
Yeah, and I agree 100%. Like whatever these people who are claiming to be Christian or whatever, they need to look at them and they need to look at themselves. They need to look in the mirror, because what they're doing, they're the ones living the way they're portraying us. That's how they're living. And if you notice it, they're going everywhere. Oh, exposed to this dude. He's Satan C, Satan Junior. Man, it's like they want to throw. It's like they want to get me, put me on a stake, and they want to burn me. And they're supposed to be loving. They're supposed to be loving, but for some reason they want to. It's fine, man. It don't bother me at all, man. It's not going to deter us from what we are doing. So
No,
yeah.
and just so you know, man, listen, we may have different ways of seeing things, maybe, spiritually or ideologically, whatever, but that doesn't make us different in trying to erase these weirdos, you know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
it's like I'm sure that, and see, this is what people don't realize, man. We have a lot more in common than we have different, I
Yes.
think I think anybody, if someone were to jump over the fence into their house, they would be ready to, to attack, kick them out, do whatever they got to do to remove the intruder, and I think that doesn't, it doesn't matter what religion, what you believe in, you're gonna be on defense mode,
Hmm.
and they don't see that that's exactly the type of energy that we're on. We're on defense and we're on offense against these guys, and
Yeah.
that does not have a political color. It doesn't have a religious taint. Nothing. It's just common sense. It's decency, bro. It's just being good neighbors. We're letting other people know that they're dealing with some straight weirdos, bro. Straight like immature Peter Pan syndrome ass motherfuckers. You know what I mean?
Real. Hey, you know who else like that dude on Bloody Tecato? He acts very
Yeah.
childish. He acts like a little kid, man. He's weird, man. He would fit perfectly with Johnny Ratas and Skittles. He would fit with them perfectly.
Yeah. Hey, so let me answer this. Hey, what's up, Redneck? So you have a comment and a question? All right, so here's the thing, bro. So you're saying Satan can quote the Bible front and back. Yeah, but there's something that we have to like realize, Red, and this is what you have to understand. The Bible also says that many people will say, Lord, Lord, in the day of judgment, and the Lord will say, get away from me, you workers of iniquity. And they're going to say, why are you calling us that when we've professed your name, we've preached in your name, we've done all of these things in your name? And what he answers is, the way that you treat the lesser ones is exactly why you're being called out. So the minute that you see people attack in the name of Christ, the minute that you see people become bigoted and hateful in the name of Christ, that's how you know, bro, that it doesn't matter. If anything, you should be questioning, why are these guys saying they're Christian, yet they're homophobic, yet they're coming in here calling women out of their names? Like, how can you not see that? For example, Johnny Villa talks about being a Christian all the time and being, oh, that guy's Legion, yet are you guys not seeing the depravity of him getting drunk live? Do you know how many women are triggered if they've suffered abuse? How many women are triggered by the way that he acts, and he acts around women and the way that he talks about women? So you can call yourself a Christian all day long, but your actions speak louder than that. So what I'm saying to you, Red, is you can let yourself get guided by slogans, just like that the copper that's afraid of slogans. Right, right. You can be you can be scared of that too, bro. But if anything, I'm more concerned about degenerates acting the way they do and making it seem like it's okay for grown as men to talk shit to women, to talk shit to kids, to talk shit about immigrants. That to me is contradictory to the love of God. But that's just me. I don't know what if anyone else agrees.
No, I agree with you. Look, Red Max Vet. Let me see. See, I see what they do. A lot of times, what they do, right? As far as Red Max Vet, he's a believer. I believe he's a Christian. I'm not sure. So he was addressing that to you, but he said Satan can quote the Bible front and back. He quotes the scriptures to Jesus. That's Christian literature, man. So if I were to jump into that, I'll be in your arena. I don't play in your arena. Speaking for myself, Max Vet. Hey, Max Vet, hit that link if you want to jump on. Anyone want to jump on? We got the link. Put it again.
Yeah,
Hey,
it's
Max,
Sooner.
yeah, so Sooner, go ahead, Frank.
Sorry about. Hey, so Sooner says I don't even see people in category. Yeah, exactly, bro. See, that's the thing, is that we have the luxury of categorizing people because of the content they put out, because maybe there's a few bits and pieces of information out there, but a lived life is so much deeper and richer than any title, and even the title that you can place on yourself does not fully describe who you are. Like, I can hold conservative views and still say fuck ICE. You know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah,
yeah, that does not define me. It's like, what defines me is what I do with all that I take in, what I do with that. Like, how do I put it out there? Am I putting it out there respectfully? Am I an instrument of change? Am I an instrument of empowering? Or am I going to be a tool to divide? Am I going to be a tool to destroy, to impact negatively? I was a tool for that for a long time. I was a negative impact on society. But when I was able to see the error of my ways, why would I go back to that under a false sense of superiority? And that's what these guys have, is they have this false sense of superiority because they think that they've lived through something, but they didn't learn from it. Like, just so you guys know, I was in a boys' home when I was, before I got locked up, I had been in a boys' home for about a year and a half. And I manipulated, not just me, but a lot of us manipulated that system. Like, we were still doing stupid shit, but we were running like the sessions like pros. Like, it seemed like we had changed, but we manipulated and we thought that we were cool because of it. But turns out a year and a half later I was getting busted. So, I only played myself. So a lot of people come out here playing the Christian role, using that as a manipulative tactic, and they're only playing themselves. I have the longevity. Like, you guys have only seen me on YouTube just like less than 2 months, but I have the longevity of a whole life living this way. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
I've raised kids. My son, he's 24. My daughter, she's about to turn 19. I've raised my kids. I'm married. I have a home. It's like, it's not just because I want to come out here and be a troll. So I think that you guys really need to check how you're living instead of trying to check how everyone else on here is living, because you're only seeing like 5% of their whole life. That's how I see it.
yeah. Now, I feel you, man. I agree 100%. Look at Max Vet. If you outright, hey, or whatever, you're against. See, look, Max Vet. You're real confused, man. I mean, you keep bouncing back to with these people and come over here. But everything you're saying, man, go look for yourself, man. Go look at literature on that religion, and you'll see what it's really saying. You keep playing the same little game, good versus evil, man, and whatever, Max Vet. You're boring, man. You know what though? Hey, congratulations once again on your newborn baby. Go be a father. Go take care of your child. Stay away from this bullshit, man. That's how you feel. Let me see. I'm about to pass out. That's right. I ain't speak for anyone else. My own thoughts.
Now,
And we got,
it would be cool if someone else jumped in so we can get more perspectives, man.
yeah, so someone will. They said they were gonna wait. You know what though? We've been having a lot of fake accounts coming up. There was one that was playing to be Chicano too, right? It's
Yeah,
not.
I
It's
saw
not.
that.
Yeah, it's not Chicano too. That's a fake ass account. That ain't his account. Someone got at me. Hey, Chicano said he wants to run a fade. I'm like, man, fake ass account, man.
Yeah, it's after a while it just gets, to me it's boring sometimes,
Yeah,
right? It gets boring because we're not even like, we can joke around. It doesn't even have to be about this stuff. It could be about
Yeah.
anything else. You know?
Let me see. Someone's asking, hey, Frank, does even know? Joker don't
Hey,
know the
hey, so redneck. So what do you? So you asked me a question, but then you directed towards homeboy right here. So I don't get it. So can we make it about all? Does Dubs even know the Bible? Does he even go to church? I mean, not because of his actions, he's lying. So Mikey from Selena. So here's the thing, man. I think that we all know performative people, regardless of what they call themselves. They can call themselves a faithful husband. They can call themselves a good teacher. They can call themselves a good cop, but they're not really living up to those standards. So I'm not going to say that John is a fake Christian because I don't know what he thinks. You know what I mean? But what I can say is that his
Bible.
action, yeah, that his actions don't reflect it. Like his actions don't, like you can yell spiritual things but I bet you ask him to read a whole chapter in the Bible and ask him to explain it, and I don't think he'll be able to. Yeah, that's just what I think. Just by how he conducts himself, and just if you guys watch his channel, man, like lately he's been putting out a lot of bullshit. Like I don't know,
Yeah.
bro, but yeah,
All
so
his,
it's
all
just
his
like
videos, yeah.
yeah, yeah, so it's very repetitive. So I don't see growth, man. And I think that someone that's truly trying to, to live a spiritual life and seek that, you're going to see growth, man. You're not going to see a grown, almost 52-year-old man playing like a kid, sex playing, body shaming, yeah,
Yeah.
like yeah, like how is so someone has to explain to me how that's if that seems like a Christian way of life. I don't know.
Nah, because all his last videos, I mean, if you really look at them, but man, it's nothing. It's just a bunch of bullshit. Hey, hey, Max Vet, look, man, if you want to jump on, you can go ahead and hit the link. You seem to have a lot to say to Frank right here, man. So look, the link's right there. Go ahead and jump on if you want. So hit that link on Max Vet. Well, yeah, weirdos are weirdos. I figured that was obvious on disrespect. Let me see. What's up, Pengu? Let me read the other ones in here. Slaughter. You're not the only one who's read E.T. No one's talking about no. Hey, look, Max Vet. Go ahead and hit the link, man. We don't need to just keep, addressing you when you're just in the chat. Anyone's welcome to hit the link and jump on. We thought it was Chicano too, but he wasn't as corny, so we knew it wasn't really him.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
That's crazy. For the record, I call to apologize to those I disrespected and make peace. I'm not here to be hostile. But look, I mean, jump on in. That's all you got to do, because I do get certain confirmation. You be in other chats, and then you try to you do opposite. When you come over here, you're doing opposite over here, but you're talking a lot of BS about me and Frank on other platforms. So that don't make sense.
Yeah, and see, and that's the thing, bro. So I'm gonna, and that's why it's hard for us, like, at least for me, it's hard for me to take some of you guys seriously because I see that. Like, you come with certain energy, like you're coming right now on this chat, but I know that out somewhere else, you guys are disparaging my name. Like called I get called a homosexual, man, and it's funny to me. And I'm gonna say this because the whole thing is I'm not trying to be hard, man. I'm not trying to be a tough guy. I'm not out here trying to flex and be. No, I'm just I'm a square, bro. I'm a square, but if anything, what I try to do is offer a different point of view.
Yeah,
And
of course.
what crazy is that is that is a threat, you know It seems like it's a threat to be different, to be, more on the, I would even say more on the sensitive side, because that's really what I try to promote. A lot of these guys, a lot of you guys are so afraid of feeling anything that it's a lot easier for you to attack and to judge than to take time to listen, to take things into consideration, to grow, and to challenge those things that have you tied up, because that's really what it's all about. Like, are you questioning your beliefs, man? Because if your beliefs make you attack people you don't know and make you call them out of their name, like, are you on a righteous path? Right? That's not a righteous path. And see, before you guys go into, "Oh, well, you guys do it to Dubs and Gunner all the time," there's a big difference, right? And I think that at least the majority of us, well, I'm not the majority, because I know that some people didn't even watch or didn't even follow Gunner or Joker, but
Joker, yeah.
yeah, Joker. But I used to watch, like, I didn't watch any other, like, I didn't even know like this whole prison genre thing existed, right? I was just going through YouTube once and I saw his thumbnail. I went into his video, but this was years ago.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I look at this guy, and I didn't really question things because I wasn't really deep into it either. But I was watching his videos and I liked it. Hey, he was made sense. I would comment, little by little, they would comment on my comments, like in the lives or whatever. So it was all good. But then when I started seeing like all of this, like stuff that didn't make sense, right? And then just the crash outs because they were starting to get drunk with other people and sex playing and disrespecting women, that turned me off because I'm not on that level. I'm a grown ass man. I used to play like that when I was a kid, just 13, 14, 15. But as a man, you got to let go of childish things. So
Yeah.
what we do is we point that out because they always say that they're down representative of La Raza, that their content is to help others grow, blah blah blah. When all they do is disparage, destroy all day long, all day long.
That's it.
There's no manly attribute. So if you guys tell me, like, if you think of your fathers, those of you that were fortunate enough to have grown up with a father or a grandfather or a man, a role model that you trust, would the way that these guys act, would they be positive role models to you? Would these be people that you would be proud of calling your dad? I mean, let's just start off right there. Forget all of the other religious stuff. Just from there, like, would you respect these men if they were your fathers, if they were your family, if this was your uncle, if this was your cousin? Yeah, if it was my family, I would have cut these people off. I probably would have already gotten down with them a
Yeah,
couple of times.
hey, for real. I was
Right?
thinking that right now when you said that.
Yeah, I probably would have gotten down with them a couple of times and then just cut them off, like
Hell
straight
yeah.
up, straight up. I don't know how you see it, bro.
Nah, hey, I feel the same way, man, because it would have been the same shit, man. When you said that, I would have rethinking. I would have done fought them already. Let me see, Max Vet. Oh, Wolverine said Max Vet, Via, and Bum Bums would have blocked you from the start. ET actually invited you to call rejoin the stream. And
Hey,
then
what's
you
up,
see, you said something
Skylar?
What's up?
Skylar.
How are you guys?
Chilling.
good. Let me see. And then he said, whatever you heard, I'll tell you what I said. I said that you, ET, are indeed the same guy as mind to mind in the fact that person hails Satan is something I can't. Well, no one look on Max Vet. That don't matter. What matters is I don't really care if you get behind me personally or not. I'm not here to placate your existence. I'm not here for none of that. I mean, you're going based on some, like I said, you're going based again on some preconceived notions that was put into your head at knee high. I don't care. And if you don't want to, here's the thing, man. Exposed to was not one individual, Max Vet. and that's why from the very beginning, I always said the Exposed to movement, we transcend racial barriers, religious and political ideologies. We transcend prison politics. Each individual is their own individual. Frank Dicas, he's his own man. Yet we all have, we have respect for each other. Whatever he believes, whatever Skylar believes, whatever anyone here believes, that's their personal belief. But you guys are over there on some pseudo holy crusade, trying to, condemn the whole Exposed 2 family as being devil worshippers and all kinds of other nonsense. So you can continue to go and rally with all the wrong people, because that's all you've been doing. Like I said, man, hey, congratulations on your newborn baby. Go be a father, man, and just stay off of YouTube, man.
Yeah, I feel like with Rednecks, he's always trying to find something to not like us about,
Let me drop the link again. Anybody else want to jump on?
Yeah, I think what it is, Skyla, is that let's be very honest. So, when I used to watch, and I knew that you were going live, Exposed, when I saw you were going live, I didn't really watch. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't really watch. Sometimes I would see it, I would want to watch it, until I stuck around and I saw what was going on with, them on TikTok, and I saw the lives, and that's when this is something I had never seen. Like, I hadn't seen the side of these idiots, like I had seen the other side where I was like, fuck them. And that's why I stopped following them on their channels. But then I hadn't seen this side where they were being like straight up fucking freaks. You know what I mean? So for me, it was like, it made it easy to be able to follow you, because now I'm on this platform, I'm watching things that I didn't know were going on, and it just, it brought the dad out of me. You know what I mean? Like, it brought the dad out of me to see these guys like acting the way they do. Like, I don't know how old that girl Isabel is, the one that I put on my video, the one that I made. I don't know how she is, but she's like in her early 20s, man. She's not very old. She still lives at home. Like, you can see like kids running around the back. I think even her mom, you know what I mean? While she's battling, you know what I mean? So, and the way these guys like objectified her already, Dubs was almost like sexually trafficking her to his homeboy. You know what? I cut that out because I didn't want to make it like go too many ways. But man, like, there's a bunch of stuff right there, man, that you're like, wow, like this guy doesn't know how many laws he just broke. You know what I mean? He just broke a bunch of laws doing this online. And for these cats not to understand that that's exactly what we're pointing out is crazy, bro. I don't get it, man. What do you think, Skylar?
I think you're absolutely right. And I had technical difficulties, but I was listening, and you said there's a lot of things that, could trigger people. And that's true. Like, every time that I would see these idiots like on TikTok with these 13-year-old girls and making inappropriate comments and just acting inappropriate, it just, that right there, which that triggered me, because these are naive girls, these are innocent girls that shouldn't be doing that. As grown men, they should not be doing that. So I totally agree. And I think it all started, I was saying that Rednecks is always looking for something to be upset about or to just go against us about. So I don't understand why he comes here then. Why do you come here then? Like, I don't understand that part.
Yeah, that's you know what like Frank said, right? So when I thought about it, and I said, you know what, they're on TikTok, I'm gonna start live streaming them on TikTok. That helped a lot, because if I just would have stuck to YouTube, they would have got away with a lot of stuff, and their true nature wouldn't have came out what they're really doing, because they show their true selves on TikTok as well. So that kind of worked out, and that they hate us for that. We're putting them on stage on TikTok and YouTube, and they just go against all the fake so-called positive videos that they put out claiming they're for the youth. Yeah. So we want them to be nothing but hypocrites, frauds, and bullshit.
Exactly. They do the crash out, and then the next day they're like, it's like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, like Frank Dicas' video. Exactly that. They want to, all of a sudden, they want everybody to forget about what they did, talking shit.
Yeah, but like, that's why I say
Actually,
never forgive, never forget. And they take that, you know what I mean, for real, never forgive, never forget. And I seen people try to like they try to switch that what I set up. They try to flip it around like what's his name, man, the copper,
yeah,
piggy perspective. No, I ain't worried about him, man. He has his own problems he needs to deal with. Hey,
yeah.
man, go fight your battles. Continue to live. Be happy that you can wake up every morning and breathe, eat, and
Right.
take care of your pets if you have pets.
Yeah, I think, well, my initial reaction or thoughts when I saw that video that he did was he's not looking at the lives. He's not watching what we see every day, And so I feel like he did his job half-assed, and he just jumped to conclusions without finding out the facts first, and that's
I,
not fair.
I,
That's
I
not
want to. I think I don't think it's. I think that it's not. Number one, I think they do understand what we're doing. I think they act like they don't. They
Yeah.
they try to paint it a certain way so it fits their narrative. Like the way they try to paint it is like, oh, you guys are obsessed. You guys are watching these guys. You guys are their viewers. So you're not really defeating the purpose of what you're trying to do. If you're trying to get them canceled, why are you watching them? So first and foremost, if we've got people watching their lives on this channel, that pulls from their viewers. But see, I don't want to give up too much game. That's the thing, man. I don't want to give up too much game because these guys just got to feel it. They just have to feel it. That's all you just experience what's going on, man. The
yeah,
strategy is what it is, and the strategy is working. That you guys don't want to
Yes.
see it. I mean, you guys want to be oblivious to the reality. I mean, they're on our time. Like no matter how they try to deny it, they're on our time. Their wallet is being affected, like seriously. Like they're so against people of color getting help from the government. Well, we just stopped them getting help from TikTok. You know what I mean? So and from YouTube. So we're cutting them down too. And see, that's the thing, man. It's the hypocrisy. Like, how can you say you're for raza when you know that there's a lot of raza, and not a lot, because there's a lot of hardworking people, but even hardworking people sometimes need help because they have a disability, because maybe they lost a job, so they need that help. Like, how can you be so idiotic in thinking and saying you're for La Raza, yet you approve of the policies that are taking away from people, all because from a pulpit someone said the left are Satanists and they're killing babies? See, so it all comes back to this whole notion of trying to paint someone as a Satanist, trying to paint someone as the whole Megan's Law thing that they bring out, trying to paint us
Yeah.
as like child molesters, because that's what they do in the political sense as well. So when I see people come in here talking about, oh, but this is just the internet, this isn't real life. Do you guys understand how many people vote based on what they see on the internet? Like how many
Yeah.
people's views and way of life is skewed because of QAnon and all of this other bullshit? I mean, come on. Like, you guys really, like, for you guys to claim that this is not real life, you're delusional, or you're just willingly obtuse. You just don't want to see the reality of it. And that's why I think that what we're doing is creating such a stir, because they never thought that we would be so organized and so disciplined. And I think that that's a lesson we should all take from this. You got to be disciplined in everything you do. Like, if you want to see the end of a project, you got to be disciplined. If you want to be successful, you have to be disciplined. For many years I wasn't, man. I let defeat get to me. I let rejection get to me. I had a fear of rejection. I had a fear of abandonment that I had to deal with. But now I can see things for the long run. If you ask me in a job interview, where do you see yourself in 5 years? I'll tell you where I see myself in 5, 10, 15. So I think we have to be disciplined in what we're doing. We can't stop. We won't stop. And, that's how I feel about it, man.
Yeah, I feel the same way. Hold on, we got X-Rated coming in. Hold on. X-Rated, what's up with it?
What up, yo?
What's
Hey,
What
what's
up? We
up,
got Frank
X-Rated?
Kyla.
What up, Frank? What up, Skylar?
Hey, what's up, homie?
Nah, yeah, I
They
just hear.
want, yeah, go ahead.
Now I'm hearing you. Now I'm hearing you guys talk and shit. It's a good conversation right now.
Yeah, they say they want to expose a pariah. It's a dehumanizing tactic. I see right through that old trick. Yeah, I see one thing they're trying to do. Like, everybody knows they're trying to portray me as I mean, they need an enemy in their life, so they want to basically sacrifice me, and they want to throw the whole exposed to movement. I've been saying it. It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna work. They tried everything already, and according to what someone said, a Christian Satanist is an individual who adopts Satanism the way portrayed by Christians. And those are the ones who go out there and they harm animals, they harm children, they harm women, and they go out there and vandalize because they read books written by these people. So we get that straight for whoever asked that earlier. I think it was Meg's Vet, whatever. Meg's Vet don't want to jump on, so it's cool.
Like what you display confidence is what you expect. I don't know what that. Yeah, I guess so. I don't know what that means. I think it was Jay Slaughter that said it. Rednecks also said something about its principle. Something about principle. I don't know. I saw the comment come up. It's principle
Well, see,
and
look,
not about
yeah,
the.
Meg's Vet, he's gonna be stuck in his belief no matter what.
Yeah.
And he's gonna be stuck in his belief, and every time you ask him a question that's respectful, he's gonna just come back with something he raised in a quote, something like a walking, talking encyclopedia.
Yeah. So I wonder, why does he come here then? If he,
Well, I think I can answer that. I think that the people that come here, they come here because they know that they don't have the full story. You know, they don't have the full picture. But they're so proud, right? They've got so much pride and so much ego that they won't open up to an honest discussion, to an honest conversation, because they feel that they'll lose. Like they don't, you know, you don't have, if you don't have enough information about your own beliefs, you're not going to be able to defend your point of view. You know, one of the things that Einstein said was, if you can't explain it clearly to a 6-year-old and have them understand it, then you don't know it well enough. And none of these guys has been able to explain what it is about what we do that they consider bad or harmful.
Yes. And you know what? You guys know what's funny, right? So, you know, Johnny, he's good to use for an example. We got Helga on the panel. Good to have you, Helga. So Johnny Rata, right? Go ahead. Welcome, Helga.
Hi, Helga.
Hello, Helga.
All right, so like Johnny, right, it's good to use them as examples because everybody here, they know who them chumps are, right? So Johnny Rata always brags about killing somebody, taking the life of somebody, and he'll make a video saying that, you know, he has remorse, he regrets it. But when he gets drunk, his true nature comes out, and then he starts bragging about it. There's a lot of individuals who have been convicted, done things in their life, but no one brags about it. There's nothing to brag about. I've been clear of that for the beginning. I mean, you'll never hear me bragging about my past, holding it up as a badge of honor, because there's really nothing heroic in being involved with gangs. It's not heroic. It's nothing to hold up as like a title. I don't believe that. When I was younger, maybe, I probably thought a different way, but there's nothing heroic for going to prison. There's nothing heroic for taking somebody's life. There's nothing heroic for being involved in a gang. A lot of us been through that, and that's past. But Johnny Ratas, John Villa, he always holds that up as a badge. Like, we're supposed to look at him like, oh, you were in prison, man, for 20-some years, man. You killed somebody, man. You hard. To me, someone like that, I laugh at him. I laugh at fools like that. They're a joke.
Yeah. There's people that have served in the war that are so like distraught.
Many more bodies. Many more bodies.
Right.
Yeah, they're so upset over what they might have done to somebody. But they are heroic, you know, they truly are heroic. But they don't even speak about that. So yeah.
So I wanted, maybe I'm going to share something with you guys real quick, just so you know, like I said, the reason why some people ask me like, how you're Christian but yet, and I think that's some of the backlash that I get is because, you know, they associate exposed to with a certain profile, so then they think everyone that's here is like somehow under your spell.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's
Right.
it.
And that's why we're all here, like we're like all possessed, whatever. But one of the things that I wanted to explain to people was, or why I am the way I am, is I really do believe that I had a spiritual experience, and I have that with God. And once, I don't know if it was in a dream or if it was just a vision, like I saw myself like on stage with like a white light over me, like, like the only actor on the stage, and I was the only person in the audience, man. And I saw the way that I looked, like the way that I looked when I got angry, the way that I looked when I yelled at my children, the way that I looked when I was bothered about something that my wife did, the way how frustrated I got, how overly dramatic I was, because I was like, that's why I can recognize all the patterns in these, and what I discuss is because we can only recognize in others what we see in ourselves.
Yes.
So I lived through a lot of that, where I had to really observe myself and be like, wow, like I look ugly, like I am ugly, but in those scenes where I'm talking, yelling, flexing, becoming overtly defensive and attacking, I was a scary guy, man. And for my kids to see that, for my kids to live in a house to see a man transform like the Hulk, you know what I mean? It just got to me, and and it broke me, man, because what I saw was, yeah, I could have all of these high principles, I could have all of this high morality, this high grandiose vision of me, but who am I really? What am I putting out there? Am I really living up to all of these things that I say? Yeah, I believe in God, yet I can't be loving. Yeah, I believe in Jesus, but he gave up his life in the cross, but yet I can't give up my ego, and I can't stop being this tough guy, not even for a second. There's this Cat Williams skit. I'll end with this. There's this Cat Williams skit where he's like, "Man, you're gang banging at breakfast. Like, you got you got to relax." You know what I mean? And so I think that that's what came to me. That's what happened with me, and that's what allowed for me to start transforming. So that's why I have the faith that I have, but I respect everyone, because I think we will all have a situation where we need to look back and say, yeah, I can't be that man anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course. I believe that, man. It's like, look, Johnny, using him as an example, man, because he's one of the biggest people on YouTube who brags about doing time. I don't ever talk, but over here, and this is the collective over here. It's not the other channel, whatever. I did a 22 straight. I don't brag about this shit. I don't sit here and be like, oh yeah. When Johnny Ratas talks, I don't sit there and be like, wait, Johnny Ratas, I don't for what? That ain't nothing. All I know is Johnny Ratas, Joker. He's a pussy. He ain't nothing. When he talks like that, I already know, man. That's why I'll let him go on. I'm not gonna sit there. I'll let him, be in his little world. But you'll never hear me brag about nothing. You'll never hear me come out and say, oh yeah, I did this. And you ain't gonna hear that coming from me. I'm not about that. And like you said, Frank, it's like we all go on our journey. All of us have to walk that path alone. And wherever you find yourself, whether you call it spiritualism, whatever, I mean, I could call it that if I wanted. But I found myself in my solitude, and I've always maintained that. And then when I went through that fire alone and came back, I felt like a rebirth. I felt different. I felt clean. And I was able to shrug the world off of my shoulders, which is that past world that I was once entrenched in. I really don't believe Johnny Villa and Skittles were ever truly entrenched in that life, meaning that's all they lived for, that's all they breathed. Some people were. But I was able to actually, go through my experience and shrug all that off of my shoulders.
I think they have yet to hit rock bottom, is what I think, man.
Yeah.
Hey, that's just coming soon, though.
Yeah. For John Villa to go in prison, though, and get life, I mean, I don't know what he's been through. I don't know his journey as far as all of the lost years and all that shit. I don't know. Only he knows. You know what I mean? But man, you know what I noticed though? Look, a lot of people who do a lot of years, couple decades, a lot of them get out and they turn to alcohol eventually. It's like PTSD, and I truly believe that. Because you know, I kind of felt that sometimes. Not no more, but at first, because you're thrown back into a world of, it's like a whole nother world. This is what I did. This is what I say, right? It's like, say you went to sleep. Everybody here, we all went to sleep today, 2026, and then we all woke up and it was 2046.
Fuck, for real.
You see what I'm saying? So when I left this world, I had little cousins who were 4 or 5 years old. When I came back, they have kids already. Those are not the kids that I once knew. I don't know them anymore. I don't know them. I don't know what they've been through. So I understand how some people, like, they come back to a whole different world. But to people who are stuck, time is long. Time remains still. You get out the same year you left, and you have to cope with that, and you have to finally understand. That's speaking from experience I've been through, but I'm good now. They said Probation Pig peaked in 7th grade with his Switchblade stories.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, I didn't even know who that fool was until I seen Frank Tica's videos, and then I comment on this video like, who's this fool? And then he's like, it's that probation fool, something about like trying to expose you. I'm like, what the fuck? This fool's a fucking lame ass fool.
Yeah, I seen him a long time ago because I knew he was talking shit about Joker. And he popped up a couple times and he was nothing, right? And then all of a sudden, I'm like, damn, this dude's starting to talk out the side of his neck about me. I'm like, F this fool. I mean, I don't even care, man. I mean, stuff like that don't bother me.
But you know what I think, and you know what I think it is, bro. And I don't know. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong. But the fact that they've already painted you as a Satanist is what's got them working together.
Yeah,
that's why you got High Power Fitness all of a sudden siding with Dubs, and you got now this character jumping in the fold, and then you got Miss Nobody, who he just pleads all sides. He's just trying to get a back rub, you know what I mean, from all of these guys. That's all he wants. But other than that, like that's really what's unified them. Like for them to keep this narrative going is to keep them going, because if that narrative dies, what do they have left? They don't have anything left. They really have nothing. And then I want to see the ladies of Exposed to pop off. I want to see that take off, because because I think that's gonna be another thorn in their side. You know what I mean?
Oh, it is. Somebody told me they mentioned it that Mrs. Nobody and a few people been talking about it already. So that's coming real soon. That's coming real soon.
I can't wait.
Yeah, so they're gonna do their thing, you know, and we'll see. But yeah, they're gonna hate that. You know, look, they already hate everything we've been doing. They hate that we start doing the Sunday Odie shows. You know what I mean? I just got together. We do Odies on Sunday. We do music. We do live phone calls. I mean, we got the collective right here. We all jump on the panel, and it's cool.
Yeah.
Hey, Max Vet, I got the phone number up if you want to call. Old panel will hear you. Let me see.
What do you think, Helga? What do you think about all this?
So what I think is that, yes, they have a common enemy, so they like each other. So that's, I mean, you can't believe that. And when you see the probation officer and how he read it, it was like, okay, he has his opinion, and everything this guy's said in his hearing, he made it fit his narrative, no matter what. So
yeah, but you know what's sad, Helga, is that correctional whatever officer, he's not very bright. Unfortunately.
No, he's not.
Yeah, he needs some education, like straight up, like, man. Like,
but you can see it. You can see it. So who believed this guy just because it fits a narrative?
They need him. They need him because he gives authentication to their cause. Because they see him as a righteous officer of the law. But I don't know if you guys go to the original video of that interview that I clipped, the one that you shared, exposed, and you guys look
Yeah,
at
I see it.
and if you read the comments,
Yeah,
everyone is like, "Hey, do you screen these guys before you interview them? Because this guy's full of shit."
yeah, I know.
Yeah.
He thinks he's doing good because he's being transparent, but
Yeah. Let me read this thing from Pengu. He said,
Yeah.
Ill mannered. So even though we get that ET Satanism is not the same as the Christian view of it, I get why Red believes what he believes. And honestly, if it works for him, then who am I? Yeah, if it works for him, it works for him. Like I said, man, I'm not here to condemn anybody. I mean, everybody on the panel here, if you believe in, for me, if you're a Christian, Catholic, it don't matter to me, because we look past that. We come together in mutual respect, and we have something here. This is a platform where, I mean, we're all human, and we can communicate respectfully. We can converse, and we on the regular Exposed Tube channel, we have it there, and we're very instrumental, and we're doing something against two known perverts, and that's it. It's not about devil versus God. We're not about that, man. Shout out to everybody, man, whether you're Christian, whether you're Catholic, Muslim, whatever, man. Shout out to you and your beliefs, your religion. It's just they're trying to portray the whole Exposed Tube movement as a certain type of devil worshiper. Nobody here worships the devil. I mean, I don't worship no damn devil. I don't worship no damn devil.
Funny.
Yeah, that's funny, but what I'm saying, they're playing an age-old game, like a witch hunt. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
they need to stop with that bullshit. Cause
and it's crazy because I remember when I was young, man, and I was still doing my thing out there, and we were with my homies, and we were outside and we were kicking it, we were drinking, we were smoking out, like we were getting high as fuck. And one of my homeboys tells us his coworker, who was one of the pack too, like he was with us now, like he wasn't with us all the time, but he had become part of it because he was coming over all the time. He's like, "Hey, fool, I want you to be the godfather to my son. We're gonna baptize him, And like, oh yeah. So they were all happy about it, right? And I'm watching because I'm a Christian now, but back then I was an asshole, So I was like, "Hey," I'm like, "Hey, so why are you gonna baptize him, dog?" It's like, "Oh yeah, it's because because you gotta protect him." Like, protect him from what? I thought baptism was for the erasure of sins, because I knew the Bible, like they say, Satan knows the Bible back and forth. Back then I was a little Satanish myself, So I was like, yeah, but but what are we doing? Like, what are we doing right now? Do you think God would approve of what we're doing right now? Do you think he would approve that you got kids on the side? He got mad, like he wanted to get down with me. I was like, "Hey," and I'm like, "Nah, just don't trip, fool." Or sometimes we would go like on missions, and we would pass by a Catholic church, and they would all do the sign of the cross, and I would laugh, bro. I would laugh.
Oh shit, I remember that.
Yeah,
We'll do that.
Yeah, I'm like, "Fool, you know who's riding in the car with us? You think Jesus is gonna bless us to go take care of this situation?" You know what I mean? It's like, you see,
I know,
yeah.
I've always thought the same.
Yeah, and that's the type of contradiction that people can't grow out of. You know what I mean? It's like you gotta understand that there are contradictions. So you gotta decide, bro. You gotta decide who you really are.
Hold on, everybody, make this commercial.
The spirits want to play. Shall we let them in? Exposed Tube Collective AM, where we embrace the dark.
You're listening to 66.6 AM Exposed Tube Radio.
That's right, everybody. We got Frank Degas on the panel, Skylar Santana. We got X-Rated, and we got Helga. If anybody else wants to jump on, the link's there. Feel free to jump on. All right, you
Hey,
guys, go
Frank.
ahead.
Hey, Frank Dicas.
What's up, man?
Hey, your fucking videos are cool as fuck, bro. They're fire, G.
Hell
Bro, I'll be
yeah.
watching them every time, bro. I'll be like, oh shit.
Hey, gracias. You know, I do what I do. Just, you know, I put out the content I put out. I see my channel growing little by little, so I'm happy. You know, to me, it's a hobby, but it's also a mission. You know what
That's
we're
right.
doing. It's a mission statement, and yeah, so I'm happy with it because I know it ruffles feathers, and I know that the people that understand the content rock with it. You know what I mean? Even if it's 100 views, that's 100 people that just watch these fools act stupid,
Yeah.
and it's just going to solidify the belief that they're starting to build of these guys. You know what I mean? And I know that eventually some of those people that like I wish that girl Isabel would see this video. Like I wish she could see it, man. Like, I wish that she could come in and see how these fools like talk so much shit about her, because
For real.
I'm sure that she's got followers now, and she would put them on blast. You know what I mean? But yeah, things will work themselves out, man. All we can do is throw the seeds out there. You know, that's what I believe in. I do more just being who I am and putting out what I put out than trying to thump people over the head with the Bible. You know what I mean? Like that does not
Yeah.
do anything. You know, you got to live by example, bro. And I think that I reach more people just being who I am, being, vulnerable if I gotta be vulnerable, just being honest, bro. I think it's a lot better. It's a lot realer, authentic.
Hey, and the sad part is that like she didn't even like she didn't even know that fucking bitch ass Skittle was like talking shit about her. Like what did he call her? Mugre and like stand up, like saying if she's fat or something. Like body shaming her. Like I'm telling you, they fucking say that we disrespect women. That's all them right there.
But you know what it is if you saw Dubs, he didn't like what Skittles said.
Oh yeah,
but he couldn't defend the girl because he does the same shit too. So it's sort of like when they talk about not all cops are bad, but if there's a good cop that doesn't say shit, then he's complicit. You know what I mean? So it's the same type of thing. They're both complicit in these actions. That's why one cannot correct the other. One cannot stop the other. One can't be above the other because both of them are degenerates. They both shook hands on that. They shook hands and they said, this is the way we're going to run this, and we're going to run it this way till the wheels fall off. One thing that Winston Churchill said, and this is a quote that always sticks to my head, is, it says dictators, but in this case, dictators with a dick, D-I-C-K. Dictators ride tigers that they dare not jump off of. Because the minute that they get off this train, the minute that they get off what they're doing, it's going to absorb them, it's going to eat them up, and it'll destroy them.
Yeah. And you know what's funny? Because how they probably, how they say that like ET Satanist, and then like we are whatever. Fucking, I bet you they're probably doing some fucking weird ass shit, doing fucking some blood oath and shit. Like let's prickle our fingers and shake hands or fucking do some shit.
I
Become blood brothers.
Yeah, for real.
They're doing some weird ass shit behind closed doors.
Oh yeah, well look how they act, man. They're perverted. Look, like I said, man, like just because you're part of something, you can't accuse everybody of being a part. That's like if let me see, it's convenient for them to do that because it makes copy, it makes some content for them. How many times in a video do they say they bring up, oh, that devil worshiper, you guys are gonna go to hell and burn? Like, all right, it's content for them. That's it.
I honestly think there's a Narnia situation going on around there.
Narnia.
Narnia. If you know Narnia.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, in the closet. Like I swear, I think there's a little something there, because they don't like women, bro. Like they seriously detest women. Like you can see it. They can't hold a relationship because there's something there, man. There's something there. But I just call it how I see it.
Yeah.
I believe that 100%.
Who else is in, man?
Anybody else want to jump in? Go ahead and hit the link.
Who was the other homie that was gonna jump in earlier on your live earlier? Who was it? Ramiro?
Oh yeah.
Oh, he called up. I'm trying to look at this. Okay.
Where's he at? Ramiro, jump in if you're up in here.
Yeah, I'm looking at the cameras. Let me see.
Hey, so Skylar, how is it that you ended up like on Exposed to with the community? Like, how did that come about?
So I used to be over there watching those two, Dumb and Dumber, and
Dumb and Dumber.
yeah, I would go on their lives sometimes, whatever. And then just as time went on, I started seeing different things that just were not right. And eventually I jumped ship and I went over to Elle's page. Shout out to Elle. And I was there. And then one night I was scrolling through YouTube or whatever, and I saw this channel and I clicked on it and I'm like, what is this? And I posted in the comments, I said, this would be really funny if it's, you know, the disguised voice or whatever, if it's actually Johnny Rata. That didn't call him that at the time, but that's what I was thinking. I posted that in the comments, and then somebody, I think it was you, ET, you said, is this a real account or is this like an AI? This picture, I don't think it's a real account. So I just stayed quiet and I kept watching, and I came back the next day, watched whatever. And then eventually I'm like, oh, this is legit. So here I am now.
That's right. Let me see. Pengu and Doc can't have gods without devils. Let me see. Oh yeah, your ex-husband was probably one of them. Pengu. Hey Frank, send you a chat.
Okay.
All right. Let me see. What's up, Katie Frizzle? How you doing? Hope everything's hope you're feeling better.
Oh yeah.
Shout out to you. You and your mom.
Is Pengu on here on the panel?
No, he's not on the panel.
Oh, I thought you had mentioned.
Oh no, I read something that he
Oh, okay. I thought he was on.
Hey, you know what's the truth too? I like, hey, all of us, man. I credit all of us. We all came up with some crazy ass names for them, man. We kicked off that Deadweight Dubs Skittles Collective, man. We did that. And it's cool. Anyone can use it because that broke in already. That's it. It broke in already to the YouTube world. That's who they are. Everybody knows it. But you got people like, you know, Mr. Nobody and them, they all try to pretend that originality. Fuck them all, though.
Hey, why is
probation, whatever, fucking all them, man. They ain't nothing.
Hey, why is Katie Frizzle speaking to us in patois, man?
You sick?
Yeah, I seen that. All right, Frank. I seen that. Katie, slow down. Look what they said. We send ours to Doc, Joe Below, everybody in the chat. You want to jump on, Katie? The link's right there. Let me put it. We got Helga. We got X-Rated. We got Frank Dica, Skylar Santana. Let me see.
Hey, what's up with Taco Stand? That was still in trouble?
Yeah, what happened?
Oh yeah, Taco Stand's in the shoe, man.
He's still in trouble and shit. The shed still.
Yeah, he's in trouble, man. He was on yesterday, but you know, he'll be on maybe tomorrow. I don't know. Let me see. I'm awesome. That's right, Katie Frizzle. Glad to hear that. Let me see. Thank you. That makes sense.
Typing my toes.
Hey, okay, what about last time, right? They were over there saying, man, they're over there talking about Ouija boards and this and that. See, look, man, we give them, they love that. See, these kind of conversations about the occult or anything, just everything we talk about, they love it. They really want to come over here and just be like, you know what, man, we want to jump on the panel with you guys and talk.
Hell yeah.
And just,
yeah.
You know, they do.
Hey, it's because we have a fucking beautiful and great time over here.
Yeah,
the thing is that they don't have the maturity level for it, man. Like if they
Yeah,
if they
yeah,
if they were mature, they could jump on and still, they don't have to, like you said, we don't have to hold the same beliefs or the same thoughts, man, but we can talk about it, and even laugh about it. We could probably
yeah.
clown each other, but they don't
Mhm.
have that type of freedom. Like they're not free to do that. And that's why I think that they're stuck. Like if they're in a worse prison than we were in, because we knew
Yeah.
that our prison would eventually end, but these guys are stuck in their mental prisons. They gotta act a certain part. I see Tex-Mex, man. Like I don't know where he's at now, but
Nah,
he's
yeah,
like, yeah, but he wants, he know, like he wants to be here.
yeah,
He
he
wants
does.
to
Yeah,
be,
he
he
does.
wants to be, but he's already put it out there, like his image and everything or whatever out there that he's with them. So
Yeah.
it is what it is.
Yes, that's true. And that's what it did. Because first he was over there, came over here, went back over there,
Mhm.
and people sent me some stuff. I'm like, man, I thought you, I thought he was gonna back up for a little while, take care of his newborn, and just stay off of YouTube.
Mhm.
Obviously, that didn't happen. He couldn't help it, or whatever.
After
You
he
know,
called in that one night, we gave him
yeah.
like a lot of props. We gave him respect and all that for calling in, and he seemed like he was gonna change, but no, he went straight back to
Oh,
normal.
you know who else did that? That dude Turtle.
Oh
The Turtle.
yeah,
Yeah, okay, look with him.
yeah.
He was over here. He called in. Okay, cool.
Mhm.
Then he went on a crusade, just trying to sacrifice exposed to, man. He was just talking a bunch of shit. Then he tried to call back again, and I was like, nah, I'm cool. I ain't trying to hear all
Mhm.
that shit. I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't. Nah, I don't like two faces.
Mhm.
I'm cool. And I mean, once you do that, I'm good. I understand this YouTube, whatever, but man, a lot of us here, we get to know each other here, especially having the panel. People jump on, we can hear each other. That's cool. They asked
Yeah,
John, they asked the mother food on. Hold on, we gotta help him back.
yeah, hell good. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's this. So because I saw the same thing with Spanx, man. Spanx
Oh
was
yeah,
yeah, he was in here, cool people, whatever. We were giving them props, but see that's what I mean, man. They're prisoners to words, man. They're prisoners to the way that these guys deliver that message of division. They're for it, so
yeah,
that's good. That's good because it shows
yeah.
us
That's good.
where they're
Yeah.
at. It shows us where they're at, and I think, and I gotta say this to the chat because I think sometimes the chat is very forgiving of people, and that's okay. Like I'll let it slide. Like if like some people come back, oh he's back, whatever, blah blah blah. That's cool. That's why I don't say anything. But yeah, a lot of these people that jump back and forth, that's it. That's all they are. Like they don't add, they don't subtract, and that's why I don't even like deal with them. Like I see people that for them all of this is entertainment, which it is. Like to a certain extent, this is entertainment. Like I've been saying, a lot of this is a hobby to me. I enjoy putting the clips together. I enjoy putting out videos. So that's what I like to do. But there's also a seriousness in it. Like so I just want, and I wish people in the chat would answer this question, right? Or in any of you guys. Like how would you or what would you do if you saw a man, like Dubs, like Gunner, talk to one of the women in your life the way he talks to the women on TikTok and on his lives on YouTube? Like that one girl where he was like, "Oh, you act like you're like if we're married." Like imagine if that was your wife, right? And some
Hey,
guy
hey,
online, yeah.
we got Spanx. Spanx wants to jump on the chat. I'm
Okay.
gonna let him on. I'm gonna let him on the channel and hold on. Hey, Spanx, hold on. I'm gonna let you on right now.
Okay.
Go ahead. You want to finish up, Frank?
Yeah, let me just finish up. So what I was,
Yeah, go ahead.
so that's all I'm saying is like, would you guys let that slide? Would that be okay with you? Like people can say, oh, it's just the internet, but would you really let a grown ass 52-year-old man call your daughter out or sexualize her and say, oh, I got a homeboy, he makes this much money, he wants to get with you, he'll hook you up with like, like, would you be okay with that? I,
Hell
I
no.
Well, yeah.
You know,
What do you say? X-rated?
Hell no, bro. Fuck no. That's like the most like down like most disrespect of fucking the lowest.
Yeah.
What I think is when Gunnar talks like that, how is he talking to his daughter?
Right.
Yeah, you never know what he tells his daughter.
Yeah, who knows? Who knows?
And then that one time he was all live too. He was like, "I have my daughter right here in the room," and that's when he was drinking all the Coronas. He got all faded, smoking his vape and shit. And I was like, "What the fuck? Didn't you say you have your daughter in the room right there, like getting all pedo, all drunk?"
Yeah,
Go ahead.
I said it last time. He has his daughter there, and she was bringing him his beer, so you can see it in the video.
Yeah, you seen that? I seen that.
That's fucked up.
Hey, I'm gonna bring Spanx on right now. You guys hear me?
Yeah, that's what.
I'm gonna bring him on, so you know he wanted to jump on. He heard his name, so we'll put him on. Hey, Spanky,
Yeah.
Spanx.
Yeah, this is
What's
Spanx
up,
right here. What's up? All due respect to everybody on the panel, but I heard my name spoken right now. And Frank, I'm trying to get at what you were just trying to say right now about me. What was your opinion?
Oh yeah, because I didn't finish talking about you. What I was saying is, yeah. So what I was gonna say is, and that we, here while you were here or while you're here, we show you the utmost respect. But
And
then,
I gave that.
Right. But then when there's like people like talking and disparaging my image, my name, calling me homosexual, all of these things, you're over there and you're like, amen, brother, to all of these guys, man. So to me that's like the contradictory thing about all of the guys that preach that they're Christian and that they're down for for Christ, and that's the reason why they're turning against the you exposed to whatever. That's all fine. But once they start calling us out of our name, they start calling us homosexuals, they start like making fun of things. Like, do you like? And I'm asking you out of respect, right? Because I'm asking you because you're on those channels, bro. Like,
Yeah, I'm on every channel.
yeah. Do you see that as respectful? And do you still think that these men claim to be Christian are really Christian with those actions?
No, I don't think so. I don't believe so. And like I'm gonna say, I'm a man of a belief, but I don't go to church like I'm supposed to, and I don't do all that. But I watch YouTube because it's entertainment, and if someone's showing me respect, I'm gonna give that person respect. Now, have I ever talked bad about you? Have you ever seen me comment bad about anybody? No, I don't do that. That's not my get down. If I got something to say to somebody, I'm gonna jump on like I do now and get at that one individual.
No,
You know
I
what I mean?
respect it.
Now,
I do the same.
Okay, and now with exposed to, like, there's so much shit going on saying about him. Like, I can care less. I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? I know when I got out of prison, I completed my mission, and whatever that's me. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And yeah, I still
you.
and I still live and I still live by my morals. I won't fuck with the child molester. I won't fuck with the rat. And because of my beliefs, I'm not saying I hear exposed to say he's not a devil worshiper. You know what I mean? I hear all that. That's feed man. But then sometimes I hear things where, we embrace the darkness. We 9666. You know what I mean? Those are things that I don't. So it makes me want to pull back. Let me finish what I'm saying. Let me finish what I'm saying. You know what I mean? And that's what makes me think. But then again, I'm like, this is YouTube. Everybody's gonna say just to clown or whatever. But those are things I don't clown about because those are just my beliefs. I try to stay away from them. You know what I mean? But that's my right. Now, if whoever wants to embrace that or stick with that, that's on them. You know what I mean? That's they gotta walk that. You know what I mean? Not me.
All right. So
But I listen, you know what I mean? Like with all the bullshit they did with Al, that shit was bullshit. What Gunnar did to his family and all that. I don't like that shit when people start bringing wives into it, family members into that type of shit. Even though people do that,
Yeah.
And then they go, well, I'm gonna do
Let me
it
ask,
too. It's like, come on, make yourself better than that.
let me ask you a question, bro, because you know
Go ahead.
all your points are good, and I think I'm showing you respect, and I'm
Yeah,
very
you are.
right. So,
Yes.
do you think it's okay for these guys to put a Megan's Law jacket on people?
Hell no. Hell no. There shouldn't be nothing like that unless you have that righteous fucking paperwork. You know what
Right,
I'm
right.
saying?
Yeah.
That's where I come from. They
So
shouldn't even
yeah,
speak on it unless they
right.
have that.
So here's the
You
thing,
know what I'm
Spec.
saying?
So just just for me to get my point across to you, once again, full
Hmm.
respect. And if I
Yeah.
mention your name, is because just if I'm able to say it on live, it's because I know eventually you're going to hear it. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I'm glad that you heard it. I'm glad that you're here. I'm glad we're having this conversation. So the whole point is like this, bro. Um, the reason why I have an issue with people that go to other channels, because I just saw Red Next Mex's um, comment that I think that we all have to be like committed to a certain channel. No, we can watch
No.
whatever we can watch, and that I agree.
Exactly.
I choose not to watch certain channels because to me they're degrading and they don't provide any content or any edification. For example, Bam Bam, I'll say his name. I don't watch that
Yeah.
fool. 'Cause to me, he doesn't edify. He's just a troll. He
Yeah.
knows he's a troll. He knows he's acting. So I don't watch that fool, right?
Yeah.
And then Tubbs, Gunner and Dubs, I only watch them through here. And if I go to their channel, it's to get content to make my videos. But what I'm saying is this, man. I personally believe that if people are on one side and then they're on the other side and then they're like this, then there's no way for me to trust when they come at me like, "Oh, we're cool with you," because you know how it is, bro. Even if it's just with family, like if you got one cousin that you're not getting down with, and you got your cousin that you're really cool with, and then he goes and kicks it with that cousin, it could be family. Like, "Oh, hey, why are you over there with that fool? You already know what's up between me and him." You know what I mean? So that's what comes across. Like that's the only thing that I'm putting out there is in my point of view is that if I show people respect, I can't feel like they respect me if they're over there listening to a guy disparaging my name, calling me out of my name, putting jackets on me when I've been nothing but up front all the time on my videos, in the chat, in these lives. So for me, that's what it is. And that's why I mentioned your name because it's not just you, but I've seen other dudes that go over there and leave comments and are like, "Oh, amen, brother." And like, wait a minute, how can you say amen to this? You know what I mean? But that's
No, I
just
know what
me.
you're saying.
That's
Yeah.
just me. You see where I'm
Yeah,
getting
I
at, right?
totally understand what you're saying, but I'm gonna tell you this. Look, I've been on YouTube watching everything. This is why I don't have a channel because
Mhm.
I get in my feelings. I'm gonna be serious because I lived a hard life going through what I've been through to be where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? Like with people trying to. Because when I was hanging around with Dubs, I used to support them guys,
Yeah.
and with that fool, they try to throw that fool cowboy under. Throw me under the bus with that fool cowboy. I don't support none of that bullshit. That got me
Yeah.
weak. And
Yeah,
there's
I've
more
seen how
things
they try to
behind
do
it.
you too. I've
Yeah,
seen how they
okay, look
try to
at.
do you.
And then he threw me, saying that like it was on. I was watching Exposed to when he's Exposed to. Look, he said, "Oh, look, he wants to cry. He wants to cry because he read a comment that punk fucking what's his name Chikali or whatever that
Yeah,
fucking weenie is.
We call him
He
Chief.
read he read his fucking comment talking about saying that I'm a weirdo because I don't have a dog in no one's fight. What does he want me to fight other man's fights? I don't do that. You know what I mean? You stand on your own. That's why I'm not a YouTuber. You know what I mean? I know YouTubers got to do what they do on their channel to make their content and all that. But I'm gonna tell you right now, Frank. Look at. I don't think you ever. Maybe you will. I don't know. But will you ever meet up with anybody on YouTube to know what they're really about? Or you're just getting to know them online, which is cool. You can do that. That's how you build your relationship. But do you ever think you're gonna have a meet and greet with any of these people
But see,
to
that's
really
not.
know them?
Yeah.
Or
No.
it's just something you're just doing on YouTube?
So I think so. There's two things. So I'm glad you asked the question. I hope you respect my answer.
Yeah, of course.
So there's two things. If you jumped on live to hear to answer a comment that I made, that's because it affected you or it hit you somehow.
You
I'm
mentioned
not
my
saying,
name. Yeah, because you
yeah,
mentioned my
yeah,
name.
right, exactly.
You
So,
spoke on
what
me,
I'm,
not nobody
yeah,
else.
yeah, but I'm using that as an example, right?
Okay.
So the fact that you saw something online, mentioned your name, you felt some
Right.
sort of way about it, so you decided to jump on. That just goes to show you how real it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
it did
It can
motivate
get
you,
there. Yes.
right? It
Yes, it can
motivated
get
you to
there.
do some right. So what we do, bro, and why this is real to me is that we're also triggering people that are not cool with a lot of what's going on online. That's why for me, even though I joke around and I can clown around, but I'm a
Yeah.
serious man. Like I think you're a serious man. You see what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah,
And,
exactly. I can't
yeah,
do that.
right. And because I'm a serious man, I filter out the bullshit. Like
Yeah.
I can't entertain clowns that are too busy hating and too busy coming up and conjuring up bullshit when what we're doing, homie, is
Yeah.
we're
I know
showing the
exactly what you're
reality.
doing.
We're showing the reality of what these guys are doing. That could
Yeah.
be your
That's
imagine
good.
just
Yeah.
let me just give you an example. Imagine your wife, right? Hey, God bless you and your family, homie. But imagine your
Thank you.
wife
I appreciate that.
has some friends and they decided to go on TikTok for the hell of it because they want to mess around because everyone can go on TikTok, bro. And
Right.
imagine they run into a pair of creeps like this, like these guys, and you hear one of them say, "Man, you ain't my wife." Just that, you ain't my
Yeah.
wife to talk about me. They don't have to insult her. They don't have to call her out of her name, but just to direct themselves that way at your wife or at a loved one, you
Yeah.
would not take it lightly, bro.
Lightly.
You're right.
Exactly.
And
Yeah.
I'm sure that if they lived in
Exactly.
California, you would go look. I would go look for these muscles. You know what I mean? Like I
Yeah.
would go look.
Exactly.
I would go look. So,
Exactly.
so all I'm saying is this. So all I'm saying is this. What we're trying to do and what we're putting out there is a mirror to these fools' face. Now,
Yeah.
all of these other characters that are using the Lord's name in vain are backing these fools up. So to me, it's like it is a real thing. You see what I'm saying? The
Yeah.
division line is real to me because I don't condone none of their bullshit. You see, I don't condone it because I've got a family, because I was raised by women, because I know what women go through, like what we as men have put women through when we were bad, bro. Like if you think about when we were out there like doing stupid stuff, we probably didn't treat women very well if we were out there, one night stands and, hooking up and, they were down for it. It doesn't mean that it was a good thing. You know what I mean? It doesn't mean that what we were doing was good, hooking up and meeting women and degrading women and then talking shit about women. Because I think all of us that lived a certain way did it when we were young. But when you see these guys 48, 49, 52, almost grandparents still doing it, bro, and laughing about it and making money off of it, I got a problem with it, bro, especially when they say that they're representing La Raza. So that's what it is, bro. Like
You're
that's the
talking about
reality.
Dubs and Gunner?
Yeah, but I'm talking
Okay.
about doesn't gonna, but I'm talking about all of these other guys that are giving them cover. Like Bam Bam gives them cover. The bloody dude gives them cover. All of these guys are giving them cover. Even what's his name? The old guy that does exercise, the fit guy.
Oh, yeah. High Power Fitness?
Yeah, yeah. All of these guys talk about how they're Christian, whatever. They speak on these things, but yet they're doing all of these devious things and they're allowing for it, vouching for it. So for me, that's the problem, bro, is that they're using semantics or using words or using religion to try to block what we're doing, which is exposing their debauchery. That's the reality of all of this,
You
right?
think
So
so? I got a different opinion on that. But hey,
no, that
everybody has their own opinions. You know what I mean?
yeah,
To
yeah,
agree
but
to disagree.
that's what I said. That's the reality that I see in what we're doing.
I do
Yeah.
have a question for you, Spanx. I saw
Yeah,
you
go
over
ahead.
there with Bloody, whatever that channel
Yeah,
is.
that was funny to me. Yeah, go on.
Yeah, so I know you've been here in this channel for a lot of times you've been here. And
Yeah.
have you ever heard ET say that he worships the devil?
No. That's why I heard him right now. Just a little while ago say that.
I saw you
No.
in the chat saying
Excuse me?
bad stuff about ET and saying that you're, you know,
Say that one more time.
which is fine, but you've never heard ET say that because he's never said that. But yet you were in that chat and I saw you there and you said that he was bad for that. You didn't stick up for him. You didn't say that's not true or anything like that. But then you want to come back here.
Yeah, because no, I don't come back here. I'm only here because I heard my name right now. I don't comment no more. You got that mixed up. When was the last time you see me comment? How long has it been?
You said you were here, right? So you're here.
It's right now. Yeah, I listen, but I don't comment no more.
Okay. What does that have to
So,
do?
what is your question got to do? Because what I just told you what I feel, because I just said that from the beginning. Why I stay away? Didn't you hear me?
Let me say something. Look,
Go ahead,
Spanks,
dude.
listen.
Yeah, go ahead.
Look, man. Basically, I think you believed everything those clowns said.
No. I have my own mind, dog.
Okay, well, let me speak. That exposed
go ahead.
worshiper. When I say a lot of stuff tongue in cheek, we're mocking those lames. You can stand by who you want to stand by. You can stand by Mrs. Nobody and all those fake ass fools who talk that good one, homie. They over there, they run with false narratives. What happened to all this shit about people being airlifted and shit? I don't care about all that.
I don't believe that. I don't believe that shit. Yeah, I don't believe that shit because there ain't no facts. You know what I mean?
Okay, but what I'm saying, the people, I mean, like I said, you're free to follow who you want to follow, comment. That's your own thing. Not everybody is. I'm never gonna say I'll never tell you or anybody if you're over here, stay over here, don't go over there. That's what exactly. Nobody does. Mrs. Nobody never really I'm saying he's never really been nowhere. He talks a good one. All that bullshit he talks, that's troll shit. I don't care about none of that.
Exactly. That's all it is. People are gonna talk shit because it's all, you know what I mean? Go ahead.
But look, I be everywhere, homie. I be everywhere. I'm not a joker. I'm not a gunner. I'm not no shackle case. I'm not hiding in no shed. Besides all that, though, is like when people start going, he's a devil worshiper. I never claimed to be. I'm not a devil worshiper. I don't worship no damn devil. And you might not like the theatrics that we put out there to mock people is tongue in cheek. It's clowny. They want to throw that label. We throw it back at them. We throw it back at them. We laugh. 66.6, the code. That's funny. Now, when it comes down to it about Satanism, whether you agree with that or not, Satanism demands study, not worship. Now, I'm not a devil worshiper. That's Christian terminology. Whatever your religious belief, I respect that, homie. If you're Christian, hey, I respect what you do. I respect your path. And I'm not going to sit here. I'm not going to, if it works for you, man. I'm glad you jumped on, but I'm not going to disrespect what you believe in. So when they say certain things, we run with it and we clown them, we mock them. And it's all in fun. Whether some people will take it, or they might not believe in it, but it is what it is, man.
But I'm not gonna go and talk shit about other YouTubers. I don't get down like that. You know, right now that's what Skylar just said. Well, how come he didn't back? I don't back nobody up, but they got to stand on their own 2 feet. You know what I mean? That's what you just asked me. Why didn't I speak up for him? I don't fight nobody's battle. You know what I mean? You do that. I don't. And I got nothing against you, Skylar. I don't know why you even asked me that.
Against you, but I was disappointed that you don't have to stick up for him, but you could have said, I never heard him say that. Instead,
I just said that when I got on here.
Hey, so
but also, that's all. That's all.
Hey,
Spanx.
Hey, Spanx. So check this out, Spanx. So before, like, you know, just so you know,
before we end it, before I end it,
once again, all due respect, I haven't disrespected you
likewise.
at all, right?
Never, no. And I have the same respect for you guys. You know what I mean?
And, you know,
nobody's disrespecting me.
And you saw that what I pointed out, I was very clear and precise as to what it was.
Thank you.
Right, and without insulting you or whatever. Now, just one more thing. If you look at this probation officer guy, bro, he's another dude that loves to use the Lord's name in vain. He loves to use the Lord's name in vain. But you look at his whole get down, he's a charlatan. Well, he's trying to get views, which is okay. I think all YouTubers, if we put out content, we
The
want
new
views,
TV
right?
now. Yeah.
Right, but
Like
but
the new TV.
but you know, but there are ways to go about it. You know what I mean?
Right,
I
right.
honestly think that, you know, there are ways to go about it, and I think he's joining up forces with these guys because he thinks he's going to pull some of their viewers, which he might. You
Right.
know, more power to him. But what I'm saying is, as you as I see you, and maybe I'm wrong, right? Maybe I'm
Uh-huh.
wrong, but the way I picture you is, you know, you're a dude that has lived his life. You're living righteously. You've got a family. You've got all these things. I just honestly, bro, it did surprise me, and that's not in no way am I judging you. I'm just saying it just surprised me that
Uh-huh.
that you
Too.
would be over there entertaining some of it. That's all. That's all it is. Is it just
But I would be
surprised?
entertaining over here too, though. You know what I mean? I
No,
entertain because it's
and I
all
get
TV to me. It's all TV to me.
exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
I
That's all I
understand.
say.
That's
You know
why
what
I
I'm saying?
understand.
Because I don't have no fight and I don't have a dog in none of these fights. You know what I mean? I'm just a watcher. I watch and just trip out on everything. You know what I mean? It's entertainment to me. You know what I mean?
Right.
Just
Hey,
like when
Spanks.
I was with Dubs and Gunner, man. I used to follow that fool until it goes deeper behind the bullshit that's on YouTube. You know what I mean? For him to get in his feelings like he did and disrespect me, and then my boy Sonny came out and disrespected him because he knows me personally. He knows what I'm about. You know what I mean? And I didn't ask him to do that. He did that on his own.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't go around talking shit about people because I don't want people talking shit about me. But if they got something to address to me, let me know. I'll have that conversation with you. Because everybody here is gonna agree to disagree if you're an adult. You know what I'm saying? And not everybody is for everybody.
Right. No, you're
You know what I'm
absolutely
saying?
right, man.
And that's all I want to say respectfully.
Spank.
You know what I mean? I don't got nothing against, nobody. You know what I mean? That's just what keeps me quiet out of it. Like I said, when I was explaining to
Now,
ET,
just
you know what I mean?
yeah. Now, just so
But now
so
that
we
I
can
know what he's saying, okay, I got a different view of it. You know what I mean? You know what I
and
mean? It gives me a
just to
different
make this
view.
and just to clear this up, Spanks, and sorry before you go on, you and for the
Yeah.
people that are commenting like government username and all of these things, yes, YouTube can be entertainment. It's definitely an entertainment tool, but it's
Exactly.
also but that's not all it is. It's
Yeah,
also
you get in. That's why I don't YouTube. That's
right.
why I
So
don't YouTube,
no,
right?
so hold on. So it's also used for propaganda. It's also used to stress political views. It's also used to stress. I mean, you can learn a lot from YouTube. You can learn how to cook,
Oh, of
repair your
course.
car. So
I
so
did
I
a lot.
think
I
that
learned a lot from it.
So I think that it's also very important not to minimize the effect of what it is that we're also trying to do. And
Yeah.
I and that's because here's the thing, like we want to be respectful, but yet by undermining what we're doing, that's not being respectful either. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So all I'm saying is it might not be your cup of
But you're
tea.
saying that to
Right.
people that are doing content, right? You're saying
No.
that to
Yeah, I'm talking just about in general, like what it is that we as exposed to and all of us that are here, what
yeah.
we're trying to do, which is literally point out these dudes that are doing
There's flaws. Yes, I get it. I get it. All the bullshit from all the
yeah,
years. I
yeah.
understand that.
Now,
And all the
so
people that were blocked on there. I
right,
get that.
so here's the thing. So
There's a
all
place
I'm
for
saying is
them.
right, and it's just let's not minimize it. You know, just like
I
I don't
don't.
minimize right, just like I don't minimize your thoughts and your opinions as to
Yeah.
why it's not real to you, right? It's also the
Yeah.
fact that the reason why it's real to us is because there is an effect, right? That we are seeing the effects of it. It is
Mhm.
hurting these dudes. Like it is
Oh, yeah.
taking a toll. So there is traction behind the action, right? So,
Yeah.
that's all I want to say, man. Just put it out there for all of these non-believers that think that what we're doing is just entertainment. That's what you may think, but there's, like you said, there's deeper things that go on this out of YouTube that they're being affected by as well, right? So, hey,
Yeah.
shout out, hey, much respect to you, man. Once
All you
again,
guys.
right? Got
Likewise. To all you
utmost
guys.
respect, homie. Utmost
All you
respect.
guys. Much love and respect to all you guys. You guys have a good night.
You too, man.
All right, Spanks, you have a good
All
one,
right,
man.
thank you too,
Appreciate you
bro.
coming on the.
Likewise, ET.
All right, now
I
be
don't
safe,
either.
man.
Likewise, I'm the
right now.
frustrated now.
It's
But
the accent.
yeah, I'm looking for it.
It's the red square.
Oh, there he goes. Hey, okay, look, hey, Spanx, I know you're listening still, man. So just say it like this. One thing everybody needs to know. I mean, Frank, I know. Hold on, 1 second. I mean, I know X-Rated would know Frank, Skylar, everybody here. I mean, a lot of people look at YouTube as being entertainment. This shit ain't entertainment to me. I'm not a YouTuber.
Right.
I said that from the beginning. Me personally, I'm not a YouTuber. This is something more deeper, man. When it comes to these people and what we're doing, this is real life shit. And then when you have all these people out here going around saying exposed to the devil worshiper, he's Satan's seed. You got a lot of religious fanatics out there who are very fanatical. You know what I mean? Who would try to hunt out exposed to. But I don't worry about none of that, man, because when they do all that and they put all that propaganda out, they can really get somebody hurt. You know what I'm saying? And when I talk about Johnny Rata other than him, I tell you that shit's real to me. This ain't no game. And then they said, would anybody meet with any other people, meet and greets? Man, that's no problem, man.
You
Johnny
remember
Rata
when,
will never do it. But
when
as
Johnny
far as all
Rata
that
had...
shit,
Go ahead. I'm sorry, go ahead.
oh, hold on. Hey, shout out to Spanx though for jumping on. We appreciate that, man. Like Ray the Rich said, man, not a lot of people would do that.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, appreciate that, man, and that's
absolutely.
respectful. But like one thing, man, don't believe everything. For anybody that goes on the YouTube, all these channels, don't believe everything you hear. Whether you like somebody or not, don't throw false jackets on people.
Exactly.
There's people
And
who I
remember
don't
how-
like, but I'll never throw a fake jacket on them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Remember when
I'll
Johnny
never do
Rata
that.
had
That's
big
not
crash
cool.
out? It's not cool. When Johnny Rata had that big crash out talking shit about me, well, somewhere in there, and I still haven't heard it. It must have been real small, but apparently he said something bad about Spanx. And remember how
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
they got all upset. What's that guy's name? The streets aren't loyal or whatever. He got upset. Spanx got upset.
yeah,
So
honey.
how can he be surprised that like we would be upset for him doing, what he did in the chat
Yeah.
over there on the blood
see,
of
like,
whatever his name is. The blood
People
of
need to understand this shit. This shit's so real. People be out here talking about prison politics. You know what I mean? Even Mrs. Nobody, that fool be naming certain individuals' names that he shouldn't even be speaking those names. He shouldn't even be talking that shit. But he's safe over there in Chicago, wherever he's at. He's safe over there, cuddled right there with his little fucking GI Joes, being a Comic Con perv. You know, when I say shit like that, we're clowning. Hey, but when we say shit like that, we know we're clowning. I mean, I don't know that dude. That dude talks all that shit. I don't know him. He's nobody to me.
Yeah, and I think
that's
it's
what
I think it's also responsible to say that this is not, or this cannot affect real life. I don't know if you guys all were aware of all the stuff going on in Chicago with the rappers and how online they brood their beefs and their murders online. So we can't, you know, all of you guys are delusional, you know, in the chat talking about, no, this is entertainment, this is real life. Man, tell that to all the people that voted a certain way because their podcaster told them to vote a certain way. Right? Look at what Turning Point USA. Look at why, you know, Charlie Kirk got moved out of the way, and and most of his stuff was online. So what are we talking about here? So people, you know, they like to spew and use narratives and try to twist words around, but the reality is that this is all real life. We're real people. We're watching these things and they're affecting. Women are triggered by what these bozos are doing. If not, they wouldn't act the way they do once they realize who they are. Look at that girl what was her name? Crazy, or what was it? The one that he was battling with that I made a video on. The next day she was on her live exposing him. you know, and
Yep.
talking about how she
Oh
didn't
yeah,
know who this guy was, and how could it be that she
yeah.
was battling against this guy being who he
Mhm.
was. So there is a reality. Some people, man, you know, some people do take this seriously. They don't want to interact with criminals, unrepentant criminals online. They don't want to deal with
Yes.
them. They don't know who these guys are, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, so you can say whatever you want, but it is what it is.
Hey, we got Hey, hold on there, buddy. Pussyplex is here. I'm gonna play the commercial we have. Let's get this commercial. Hey,
All
Pussyplex,
right.
here go.
Who the fuck are you?
It is I, Googleplex. I am here to eat all your cheese.
Hello, is this Jay's Pest Control? There's like this talking bald rat in my kitchen, and I need him gone.
I will exterminate a rat for free. For money, I'll exterminate them real nice.
Keep that change, you filthy animal.
Thank you, Jay Slaughter. You really saved me.
Don't sweat it, baby. It's all in a day in the life of the best pest control expert in the WESS West. West Side. Play my jingle.
You need to terminate. John, you rats. Oh, I can when you call to exterminate. Call 666-1900. James has control. 666-1900. Call us today.
That's right. They caught the rat. The rat is Pussyplex. What's up, V Morales? What's up, Jimmy?
Hey, that fool wants to fucking jump on for real?
Nah, he was just on there. Nah.
Oh, I know, me too. I thought you said he wanted to jump on. I was like, oh, fuck that fool, let's do it.
Nah, fuck that lame. Nah, he was just on there. He just jumped into the chat. Hey, Katie Frizzle, you still there? We were right here. Let me drop the link
Jimmy,
again.
what's up,
That's
G?
who ain't allowed over here. All he'll do is just talk shit. You know what I mean? We ain't here to go back and forth with him, man.
Also, that
go
Bloody
ahead.
channel
You guys good?
said, "Don't look at that woman. Don't look at that woman. She will ruin your life." Like, what the heck? Such a weirdo.
See, I jumped in on one of his lives that he was doing on me, and he shut it down. He shut it down as soon as I started like telling him like, "What's up, man?"
Yeah.
He shut it down like in 2 minutes. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, they're. Yeah, I don't even think.
We got Katie Frizzle on the panel. What's up, Katie?
Oh, yeah, Katie